Give me just one moment. Somewhat experiencing some sort of kind of technical difficulties, but not really. Just a minute. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Hope y'all are having a super Sunday in the meantime. I don't know why, but for whatever reason in the den, the fucking camera, it's like, it's just like this weird shit that happens. It's just transparency. And I don't know what. I've like checked all the settings. It does nothing on the sauce. Do not have this weird ass transparency in the den for whatever reason. I don't know. I've given up at this point. So, very interesting show tonight. We got things to talk about. I hope everybody's doing well. Let's get to some good conversation, man. I'm your host, Ed Honcho, man. Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the entire planet. You're like, man, who the fuck is you? Just make a bold statement like that. I say that because you are here. And the reason that you are here is maybe you're lost. I don't know. I hope you want to be here. Nobody's holding you hostage to be here. But welcome to the Den. We talk about everything. Everybody's opinion matters. You know, say what the fuck you want to say. You know how that goes. Even though the platform don't like it, we work on that. I gotta get this video because there's a video that goes along with what we're talking about this evening, and it must be obtained because it's just necessary. Shout out to AB, right? Shout out to AB because he sent me this video, right? And then someone else sent me something kind of similar, and it was just kind of a coincidence that two people sent me things, but it was just different perspectives, I guess, on the similar thing, right? So I wanted to talk about, felt like we must talk about this, right? Let me make sure before it gets a little too crazy. I think it's downloading. I think it is. So, with that being said, let's see who we have joining us, and let's talk about some good old stuff. Let's talk shit. We just like talk. I like talking shit. Right? I like talking shit with y'all. I enjoy talking shit with my people. What a day. What a day. What a day. Let's see what we got joining us. I see the lovely Miss D, the Gamma Phi Slammer Gamma, in the motherfucking building. Make sure they don't start just playing. Get all weird. Y'all give it away. Hold on. Bingo. All right. We're going to have a good old time. I'm telling y'all, like, just fuck with me. I'm telling you, I'm working on it. We may have a full length stream tonight. We may just talk shit. I don't know. Cause like I was kind of getting some momentum going. I was working on some things. We'll see. We'll see what we do. All right. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I see D the Gamma. I see lovely Miss Bell Northside in the building. 335. Peace. What's the motherfucking deal? All an illusion. What's the motherfucking deal? Heidi. Whatever. East Side, my boy East Side here in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Ronald. I don't have the long name about the people's kids anymore. And I insult people's children's birthday cakes and other assorted things in the building. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about things, right? We got stuff to talk about. So there's this thing going on in the country that I did not know was a thing. I'm not hip, right? So like, I don't know why y'all be listening to me because I'm not hip on things. Like when I find stuff out, it's probably old news at this point, but it's new to me. And so I just take the shit and run with it, right? Because it's extremely entertaining to me, and I find it fascinating that these things are happening, right? So what I'm talking about, say there's this trend, it's very disturbing, that's happening amongst women, lonely women 30 and up, right? And so I say this because part of me is like, this is terrible. But part of me is okay with a little bit. You just got to hear what I'm saying, and it'll all make sense, right? And so maybe you heard of this, maybe you haven't. I kind of want to. I'm gonna let you see the video first, right? I'm gonna let you see the video first, and then I'm going to bring up a couple of articles because I told you I'm gonna start giving y'all evidence. Nobody's ever heard of these ridiculous things that you're saying all the time. You just make stuff up. You don't have any. I'm gonna start bringing proof, right? So you can't just say I make stuff up. You just say I make up these random accusations, these random stories about women who exist in places. All right. Just one moment and make sure I got what I need. Baby, you got what I want. Oh, yeah. Let's spice it up a little bit. Let's change some things. That was a good old Sunday. It's not a confession. I almost thought about making a confession, but I'm not in a confessing mood this evening, right? Not right now. Pretty soon. But we'll get to confessing something soon. I'm sure I got something I can dig up for y'all. All right, so got that video ready for that. Okay, let me do a couple of things over here while I'm doing it. So how y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing good, right? Because I'm about to get real ridiculous real soon, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Uh, so anyway, oh, I gotta do that. I did the wrong thing. Anyway, but yeah, this trend, like, it's crazy because we live in this world. We want people to treat us a certain way, or we want people to like people. Certain people want to be treated a certain way. Like we talk about entitlement. We talk about people who just get, who are just have these ridiculous mindsets about how they should be treated, especially the younger. Like I said, I always talk about how I feel sorry for. Let's rock with this one. Let's do this. This might be suited. That's not what I wanted to do, but we go right here. That would be suited, right? All right, cool. I did the complete opposite of what I wanted it to do. I think this background looks a little bit better. Kind of makes it look. Play this fuck up, y'all. All right, there we go. Yeah, I think that the background seems like a little more suitable for a damn conversation. I like that. I do. Anyway, so yeah, so like we talk about entitlement. So like there's this thing that's going on. Let me just play the video, right? Let me just play the video. And then while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be tinkering with other stuff. Just let's enjoy this together. Let me know if y'all can hear this. All right. Let me make sure I have this properly done. I'll change the background to I didn't do it across the board. This is what happens when we just think stuff at the last minute. Just make it work. Yeah, I fixed streams live while streaming, but I should have done stuff earlier. All right, cool. Right, that's it. And all right. So I'm gonna show y'all something. Right, I'm gonna show y'all this video. I'm gonna let y'all check it out. Make sure y'all can hear it, all that good stuff.
Young people are now taking themselves out on elaborate solo dates. And I'm going to be careful here because this trend is called master
Again,
dating.
shout out to my boy AB for this.
TikTok is all over this trend. I can't do it. Because it doesn't just include dates. It might also involve buying yourself some nice gifts. Take yourself to dinner first. Even spending some time with buying yourself some flowers. One expert suggests that your co-anchor keep reading the rest of this, but she won't because she wants me to laugh my way through this. Now, you can send yourself flowers in the morning with a card that says, "Can't wait to see you tonight." Come on, man. Is this real? The point is to love yourself as a person and realize you deserve good things. Oxygen? Somebody, Steve, you got oxygen over there? It's called master dating. It's a solo date with yourself. Come on, Howard. Give me. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, Lord, help me. You can't, man, it said it all in the prompter. I didn't make any of that up. I didn't make, why didn't you help me? Why didn't you help me? Okay. Oh, say it slow as possible, divide the words, be careful. Oh, man, here we go. Nope, I don't need close up. I do not need it.
Seriously, do it.
Oh, goodness.
Do it.
Now you got one.
Here's the thing. It's not funny to me at all.
You sure?
But Lee was so sure that he was going to be able to breeze through that story. And I said, no, you're not. Ain't no way.
I tried to read it.
And I've actually never seen you lose it before.
Ooh.
And that was so enjoyable for me.
Oh, I got a tear in my eye. Okay.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Are you a big master dater?
Oh, man, here we go. We want to hear what your comments are and thoughts on anything
Yes
we talked
or no?
about. Young people are now taking themselves
There we go. And so I hope y'all enjoyed that little segment because, right, you see it. You're like, oh, it's tomfoolery, shenaniganery. And you're like, oh, what's wrong with that, right? What's wrong with that? Hear me out. Just hear me out. First, we have to understand that this is a real thing. And New Age terminology is weird. We talked about that other shit the other day, love bombing, right? That weirdo shit. Now, this, whatever you call it, fucking master dating. It kind of sounds like some racist. It sounds like some shit Shannon would be into, right? Yeah, I'm definitely into some master dating. It's definitely my primary form of dating, actually. All right, let's look at some terrible stuff real quick, because I only get the most. Oh shit! Just check it out, right? We know that we're inspired by the trends, we're inspired by the nonsense and the shenaniganery. So check it out. All right. So what is master dating? I'm actually gonna read it off this thing as best I can. I can't see that shit. I need to fucking up the size. All right. Now, I want y'all to think about this first, right? Because the way they word is like people are doing this, right? Like people are master dating, right? Like people are people are not master dating. Right? Hear me out. Just listen to what I'm saying. People are not master dating. It's not happening. People are not doing it. Women are master dating. Men don't need to master date. Men don't do things like that. Now, if we would have switched some letters around, we'd be talking about a different conversation, maybe. But master dating is not a dude thing, right? Like going fishing by yourself, maybe some shit like that. But just hear me out. I want to show y'all because this is a thing. This is not just some random people saying it off the news. Like this is apparently a thing that has been going on at least a lot of 2023. And I'm a person who encourages people to get to know yourself. I'm a person who encourages people to get to know, enjoy time with yourself. I think that's very important. But the way that people are talking about this stuff, and like, you gotta, come on, man. Hear me out. Motherfuckers are talking about sending yourself flowers. Like, that's a waste of fucking money. Go to the store, smell the flowers, put them hoes back up. No, you gonna buy the flower, buy the fucking flower. But to send like the postage, you're gonna wait. Look, times is hard these days. This is a terrible idea. The postage, like what? Who? The delivery fees is just too much. Like, come on, man. Motherfuckers don't even want to pay the fucking the DoorDash fee. They allow the DoorDash people to get the food free. But you got who dating themselves, right? Who is doing this, right? So again, women are, I guess, selling themselves these dates that they can't get because they deserve it, right? They deserve it. And here I'm explaining the problem, right? Here, yeah. So navigating, I didn't read any of these articles. I'm just gonna tell y'all that. I did not read a single one of these. I just pulled up like the first few articles I saw on masturbation. And masturbation is more like mass tardation, but if you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying, but maybe you don't. Anyway, navigating the world of modern dating has become increasingly complex. In response, Gen Zuckerberg, like, I don't, what is Gen Z? Like, they're the worst of the gens. It's after this is like, they gotta start doing like algebra and shit, like 1ax to the second power squared gen. They all gonna be fucking robots anyway after this generation. Just gonna wipe out and get all AI. Man, we're talking about this shit. I'm gonna try not to do it, but I may end up going on a rant today. I'm gonna try not to. But we gotta talk. We gotta talk about masturbation, masturbation. First. So anyway, Gen Z, the actively seeking out distinctive avenues to experience love and connection. Like, this has nothing to do with love and connection. I talk about this generation, these young generation, how they are the most selfish, most entitled, and it's not their fault, it's the parents' fault because they put because you're so special. Like, y'all made them adults before they needed to be adults, and then they think they know everything. Y'all let them into y'all business, and now the world has to deal with your problem children and their lackluster existence. But they have an opinion on everything, but they don't contribute to nothing. But they feel like they should be like, we don't like your kids, right? The non-kid people delegation, they didn't want to say it, right? The NWK niggas without kids, might be on something with that. The niggas without kids delegation has decided to tell y'all we don't like y'all kids, right? There are some members of the delegation who are willing to deal with y'all's kids for the shenaniganery and the tomfoolery, but they're not gonna say it as the spokesperson. We want shit to do with that. But yeah, fresh dating trends. I don't know if it's fresh. This is like an extended version of self-love. I'm not gonna do that. Oh, well, guess what? Guess what we're not doing? I'm not clicking on that. So I guess, as y'all can see, this article was fine at first, and then I restarted the computer, I guess, like the second time I'm trying to read it. I know there's always a way around. I'm not gonna show y'all how to do that, but yeah. Anyway, master dating. See, y'all thought I was talking about. I see master dating. What's wrong with master? Y'all thought I was trying to be funny. Master dating. So a man might marry a car, only women marry themselves. Like, what's the motherfucking deal, Trill? But see, here's my thing, and I agree, D the Gamma, and this is my thing, right? I don't have a problem with going out. I say that all the time. Like, I think it's actually a healthy thing that you need to be healthy with yourself. We are dependent on one another. We all need each other. We are social creatures, but it can get to a point where you can be too dependent. Like, you also have to know who you are and, just kind of be comfortable with yourself. So I'm not against going out to eat by yourself. I think it's a great idea. And I have no problem with that. I wouldn't judge somebody if I see them eating by themselves, depending on how much they're eating by themselves, right? I wouldn't judge somebody. But somebody go out having a normal meal, they eating, I'm probably not even paying attention anyway. So, I'm not against that. Going to the movies by yourself. Go and enjoy a fucking movie. Go bowling by yourself. Go golf. Go jog. Go whatever the fuck you want to do. You can be, even if you're sitting at the house playing games by yourself, cut your fucking phone off. Like, get to be comfortable with yourself. Absolutely. But where these people are starting to talk about is like dating yourself, like doing things that you would do for a significant other for yourself. That's weird. Right? When you treat it like somebody else is doing these things for you, but you're doing it for yourself. Like, to me, you must be a very unlovable person. If you think you deserve, and again, who am I to judge who deserves what? And I got another, y'all saw that first warning sign. I gotta say, the den requires 2 warning signs, right? It requires 2 warning signs, right? The first warning sign was, this is all entertainment. It's all fun. Y'all don't get all upset about it. Well, you can get a little upset, but just stop snitching. But there's another warning sign. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna show y'all that warning sign when it's time to take calls. Because I realized that we definitely need 2 warning signs for the den, right? Like, that's just the type of shit that's going on. So with that being said, let me see something. Because it's some stuff that I'm going to start doing, and I'm just like, sometimes no better time to do shit than right now. But okay, I can't do that right now. But anyway, so yeah, it is. It really is. It really is arrogant. It's really narcissistic. I agree. And the thing is, it's crazy, right? Like, I will go out by myself, but to sit here and say, like, I'm gonna send myself flowers, right? That's a weird thing. Like, I'm gonna buy some flowers. I want some flowers. I'm gonna send myself some fucking flowers. That's weird. That's strange behavior, right? It's just really crazy shit. Anyway, master dating is going out on dates alone to get to know yourself. Master can reveal whether you actually can be by yourself rather than always need a partner. Taking time out for self-reflection. Yeah. Okay, that's all. All that shit sounds good, right? And again, a lot of this stuff is a little half-ass. Articles aren't articles anymore, right? Like, because motherfucking now is like they just throw it in the fucking AI shit and AI fucking writes articles. Like at this point, don't believe anything you're reading. Don't believe anything you're watching. Just go get a book. Go make sure it's like one of the old books that's been in print for at least a decade or two. You know. Anyway, why consider master dating? I consider master dating all the time. Got a problem master dating. I'm gonna be honest. I master date so much I don't even know. You know, but it's like, and that's the thing of like some of these articles. I don't know. Like I said, I just picked up the first couple of articles, but from what the context that I was getting it in, is that this is the type of shit that people are doing. Like, I get it, going out to eat and doing all that, but like, I think it's weird to go get dressed up like you're going on a date and go out to eat, right? Like, so I say that, so I think there is a limit. Like, I think there's a limit. I don't know. Maybe I'm about to be real judgmental right now. Because I almost feel like maybe there's a limit on the quality of the restaurant you should go out to by yourself. Like if it's a restaurant where you do have someone that you must be, maybe it's a little weird, right? Like it's a gray area. It's a real gray area, but maybe it's a little weird. I think that, I don't know. That's a sketchy one for me. But I think like, you know, your average casual dining, fine casual, whatever, you know. I don't know. I think it's cool, right? Like go eat something. But I think to get all dressed up to go out with, I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with looking. Don't get me wrong. I guess there's nothing wrong with looking good if you like it. But to get formally dressed up to go out, like, I guess that's where I think it's straight. I get, but there's nothing wrong with that, right? Yeah. Especially tonight. Like to me, that's where I guess it gets kind of sketchy for me. You got two glasses, just like you over there cheering to yourself. Like, what do you do if you're out on a date? Like, are you talking to yourself? Cause like I'm not. If I go out to eat by myself, I'm just probably do the same thing I do at home eating. Just I'm just thinking about whatever random thoughts, right, or whatever's going on in my life at that time. But I just think it's strange. Like, it really, it's just a sign of fucking loneliness, okay? Like in this point, because I think that you can be a person. This is for lonely people, because I think you can be with somebody and also go do this. I've been in relationships and gone out by myself, right, just to go eat and go chill, just because I need some me time. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm just gonna go do some by myself shit because that's what I want to do, right? So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I do get where, you know, people get kind of weird about it. So yeah, I don't know. Oh man, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like again, if you're by yourself and because this is like, think about it. You gotta look at this perspective. Like, I don't know, maybe it's different if you're like active. Like, if nobody's already wanting to date you and then you're doing this, yeah, it's definitely a bad look. But like, if people actually like want to fuck with you, no, let's keep it real. Like, I gotta stop being Mr. Fucking Nice Guy. Like, if people actually want to fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? And you do shit like you just like, I'm just not really fucking with nobody. That's one thing. But like, if nobody wants to fuck with you, and then you talking about, I'm just in a period of real intense masturbation right now. It's not, you're not. You're just lonely. Like, And you just ain't nobody. And then like if you ain't even got friends to go places with you, like when it comes to, then it's not like not even on a relationship level. Yeah, Paul, that's what I'm saying. I knew this shit was gonna happen because I was feeling a little bit tired for the thing, but I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to get some shenanigans and tomfoolery tonight, so we're gonna power through it. But I wasn't. I said I wasn't gonna fuck with no more of them damn energy drinks and shit. I already know they're terrible. All right, like, I had to take some time to reflect this weekend, and like for the most part, practice what you preach, right? I talk a lot of shit about people's kids. I don't have kids, so I can talk shit about that. And I have to practice that. But there's things I talk about when we talk about diet as a whole, and that means like eating and all of that stuff. So like I gotta get that right. So I got the things I'm consuming, and I say this, and if I told y'all what I just ate, I'd be like, what? You might as well go get the fucking energy drink and just kill over, asshole. But so I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, so I'm gonna stop fucking with the energy drinks at least. I've been getting more so actively on getting back consistent. I gotta work back in the thing. My joints ain't like they used to be. I've been having, like I said, do the little knee ability deal. That shit is definitely helpful. I did something today that I didn't even know I could necessarily do. So it's definitely some improvement there. Some shit. Well, I could almost do. I ain't gonna say I could fully do. Right. I fucking I was trying to do some pistol squats. Right. I got one on one leg, I'm good. The other one, just a little. It's gonna give me about a week or so. I'm right there. That getting back. So I already know. I already know what's going on with that. But like I say, just kind of, I want to go hard. That's like my nature is to want to just jump into shit and go hard. But I know I'm older. I'm not like I used to be. So I'm trying to be smart because every time I do that shit, every time I just start, then I'll be good, but I'll be pushing, and then I'm a fucking tweak a little something, and I'll be out of commission because I can't do nothing, right? Then it's back in the same. So it's like, just be gradual. Like I'm trying to do things at a relearning process, like thinking about, I won't say thinking about fitness in a different way, but, I'm trying to get in shape differently since I am a little bit older, right? I won't say necessarily calisthenic, but I guess more body weight type shit. Then when I feel good with that, then maybe that's going to be a while. Like I already know it's going to be a little while before I get good. But people dating themselves, that's weird shit, right? So like if like nobody's dating you, you're talking about you're out there masturbating, and then y'all out here masturbating in public. So you should really be ashamed of yourself. Like, don't nobody want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Do that shit at home. Get you some DoorDash, masturbate at your house all by yourself. Netflix and chill with yourself. Get you some DoorDash, Netflix and chill. You can masturbate in your room, and nobody cares, right? Nobody's going to fucking hey man, say man. That's what people be telling you when you be driving the truck and they're stalling. You probably be blocking up the line and shit. You're like, everybody know niggas from Port Arthur can't drive, right? It don't matter if you're talking about 4 wheels or 18 of them motherfuckers, right? The more wheels, the worse off motherfucking shit is. So, yeah. Yeah. But I'm not finna sit here and act like I was getting, I'm getting the pistol. Like I got one, you know what I'm saying? But like as a stepping stone, right? So that's like I said, sometimes like I'm just doing reps to us. That's not that. So yeah. But again, I'll take that as a marker of trying to improve. So yeah, Trill's a bad person. We all know that. Anyway, so like I said, the master dating, I showed y'all the video. The master dating women. All right, get back to this little room. I like this little room. I'm change the music up in this motherfucker too, man. I gotta set the tone. I gotta get this shit going back right. Let me see. Give me just a second. Let me see what the fuck we got. This motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear me out. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you can't approach fitness like a short term goal. You really do gotta make it part of your life. And that's why I say it's like I'm going slow with it, because it's about implementing it back into the daily routine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to the or get all achy, you should be wanting to chill, and it just kind of throws you off. So I ain't doing too much to failure right now. But give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure this shit out real quick. Oh, okay. Yeah. So anyway, just don't mind me. I'm tinkering with some shit in the background because I'm tired of shenanigans. Let's see. All right. Anyway, so again, talking about fucking master dating, right? Again, I don't have an issue with people. I mean, I don't have an issue with anybody doing anything. I mean, you can do what the fuck you want to do. But again, like, there's one thing when you're treating yourself, and then there's one thing when you're like idolizing yourself. When you get to the point where you're idolizing yourself, that's when the shit gets weird. That's when the shit is getting out of control. And again, they come up with these weird ass names for shit. Master dating and love bombing and, you know, all that crazy other shit. But I don't see is that what I'm looking for? I don't see a problem with that. I just got a problem. I'm like looking for a particular fucking thing, and I know where it's at, but I don't know where it's at. I guess we could do this. We could always do this. Well, there's a will. There's a way. See. All right. Just a little bit better. All right, that'll work. So, like I was saying, let's make it a little bit loud. All right. So, yeah. We'll open up the line, right? I've said I want to rant. I've already been ranting. I want to know your thoughts on this, right? Master dating. Do you think that it's wrong? Do you think it's a bad thing for someone to want to date themselves? And what I mean by that, not just in the sense of going out by yourself, but to literally do things that you would do in the manner that you would do for someone else for yourself. Like, again, to me, it's that's extremely arrogant. Like, I think it's extremely arrogant. Like, I don't think about myself that much. Right. And I have like all the reason in the world to just think about myself. Right. But I don't think about myself that much to sit there and say, you know what I really deserve? I really deserve a nice steak dinner with some candlelights. I deserve a nice bubble bath, you know, with some rose petals and you know, a glass of Chardonnay. A candlelit as well, yeah, you know, with some Kenny G playing in the back. That's what I really need. Like, and again, I'm get it. Treat yourself, you know. Go get your massages. Go get your, you know, your nails done. Go get your hair did. You know what I'm saying? Go get your toes tweaked. Whatever the fuck. I'm not knocking like, but it's like just I don't know. Right? Is it wrong? Like I don't. And who am I to say that you should deny? This is why we're in the den, right? It's right and wrong. Everybody got their own fucking opinion. I just think there's a limit, right? Like I'm gonna go out and go out to eat by myself. Cool. I'd go to a game by myself. I'd do most things in the world by myself. But I think it's not what you're doing, but how you're doing. I wouldn't go buy any flowers because I don't have a need for that. But like, say if it was something, I wouldn't go buy it and then like mail it to myself. Oh, I got myself a fucking birthday gift. Like, you stupid fuck. Like, it's a waste of resources and fucking wrapping paper and shit. Like, that box could have went to fucking, who knows, somebody. I mean, like a box for some puppies or some shit in there. You know what I'm saying? But you fucking want to mail yourself fucking Prime shit. And then it's a gift. You put the fucking Prime with the gift receipt and you fucking send it to yourself. You're a real live piece of shit. You know what I mean? You're a real asshole. Whoever you are. Because I mean, y'all out there. You may not be watching this. They may be friends of y'all. You're a real asshole. You're out there participating in these type of shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? 12. What's up, 12? How you doing, Holly? Lovely Miss Holly. How you doing? Trill, you're just a nigger. Bath bombs, right? So look, I don't know how these things work. I got like one of these things. I'm afraid to use it, right? Not a bath bomb. It's a fucking what is it called, man? It's not a bath bomb, but it's like the shower version of the bath bomb. Like, what is that called? It's like a motherfucker look like a fucking snack cake. I'm gonna fuck around, end up, y'all gonna be telling me Huncho fucking eating shower cakes or whatever. And no, it's not the fucking piss cake. I know somebody who's probably eating piss cake for the urinal cake. That's type of dickhead shit y'all be saying in the chat. I know what kind of chat this is. I already said it before you can think I've disarmed you. Heidi the hater is in the building. But yeah, man, so like, fucking deodorant. See, I mean, somebody gonna say some more off the wall shit. But it's like this thing. Well, this one, I'm not gonna go get it. I'm not gonna go get it to put it on display. I'm not gonna give some unknown random equivalent of bath bomb, but the shower version maker free press because I don't know the name of the shit, right? So just fuck it, right? Just fuck it. No, there's no. Hey, oh, shh. All right. So there used to be this stuff, right? It's not drugs. Not drugs. There used to be good drugs back then, but not this. There used to be this stuff. And it's super crazy because I can't remember, like I vaguely remember, and this is what's wild, like we had these little bit. So I used to tell y'all, like, when I was young, I used to eat fucking Comet. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think about it. I used to eat the fuck. I knew you weren't supposed to eat it. This is why they put warning labels. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, eating Comet. But I just like taste a little bit. It had this nasty flavor. Oh, my taste buds don't work right now. But there was another thing, right? And it probably was bath salts back then, but it was like this. It was like this brand of shit, right? This was like the 80s. And it probably was bath salts. Not just that. I probably did eat bath salts at some point in time. That's fucking crazy. But it was I remember the fucking little bottle, but it's just like now that I'm thinking about this shit, I just had like this crazy ass memory. Cause I remember that fucking tub, and it wasn't my shit. It was either my mom's or maybe my sister. I don't fucking know whose it was, but whatever that stuff was, it tasted delicious. It was just had this nice little salty, little twang to it. This is why I'm see now. This is why I say the dentist therapy now helped. I understand why I'm half-assed dysfunctional now. Stop eating fucking bath salts and Comet as a child. And see, y'all out here listening to me. What's wrong with y'all? It's not what's wrong with me. What's wrong with y'all listening to me? But I love y'all nonetheless. Oh shit. Oh, Fabuloso. Oh man, look. I never braved the Fabuloso. There's people. Some people think they're too good for Fabuloso. There are people who are bougie towards the Fabuloso, right? I will never be above boiling a little Fabuloso on the stove. You know what I mean? Just to get a nice fragrant aroma throughout the premises. So yeah, all right. All right. I'm done going down memory lane of shit that I don't know why I'm randomly remembering it, but we are. Give me just a second and let me get ready to open up the live. Give me 1 minute. Before I open up the live, I'm gonna do a thing. I'm working on some stuff. I'm gonna get all this shit tightened up. Definitely gonna get all this shit tightened up. Let me just un momento. I be saying stuff like I'll be at work, I'll be in Spanish college call. I don't even know what I be saying. I just be saying shit and then transfer. Probably, what the fuck? What the fuck did you just say? If I just hear a little bit of a Spanish accent, transfer. Oh shit. 1 second. Blickety. I'm like here, I'm just out of Kazama, so I'm not like gone. You can still hear me, but I'm like, yeah. Shut up. Oh shit. Oh man. So Foca? Oh, I fucks with the Foca. Well, let me see, wait. Let me focus the blue one, the little seal on it. What's the other one? It's another one too. What's the other motherfucker, man? It's another one. It's another one, man. What's the other one? I can't remember. Man, look. See this motherfucker right here? Just the fucking avocados from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Trill, I'm very upset that you've been marinating on that thought for that long. But I'm gonna give it to you. It was a decent effort. I feel like you fell a little short, but hey, it's a decent. Hey man, look, so real quick, I'm getting ready to get on the line. It ain't gonna take me long. Real quick, I want y'all to drop in the chat. What's y'all's favorite fucking chips, man? What is your favorite chip? And if you don't eat chips, I also understand that. I understand. I know there's dyes. And for my I don't know, I think it's more of a southern thing. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they do it elsewhere. Maybe I'm just being biased. I've had it. When the last time we had like a tea cake? You feel me? So pardon me. Favorite chips, I'll drop that in the chat. Favorite chips, favorite flavor or brand, whatever that may be. I want to know. I'm very curious about that. And while we're rocking with that, give me just a second. Actually trying to fix this thing right here. Trying to get this little audio matter resolved. Give me just a second. Mm, I got pound cake. You see this? It's fucking pound cake. I want to eat this fucking pound cake. Y'all not gonna see me eat the pound cake. That would be rude for me to eat in front of y'all. I got some fucking pound. I'm gonna eat this shit very bad. Almost got to where I need to be. Hold on. I pass it up. I think I did. Let's see. All right. Oh, I know what I got to do on Friday. My bad. That stupid stuff. Players fuck up. You know, players do indeed, on occasion, from time to time, fuck up. I'm in the wrong fucking settings, my bad. And what you think would be here? It's not the other thing I wanted to do. And I don't know why that is. My sense. Wait. All right, cool. Yeah. So I'm all over the place, but we'll get it all fixed. I'm trying to get everything going. I'll do it. And I got my headphones. I got my pound cake. Got a little bit of coffee. So we'll see how that works out. And let me get the phone line appropriated so we can take some calls, y'all. I want to know what y'all think, man. I want y'all to know what y'all think. Tell me what you think about masturbation. All right, hold on 1 second. I don't even got my mic set up yet. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Oh, hold on 1 second, actually, before you answer that question, because I forgot to do a thing.
You already know who it is anyway.
But I forgot I told you I had 2 warnings for the den, so I had to make sure to put the secondary warning up. So from this point forward, we can alleviate a lot of fluffery out of the den conversations. So we do have an understanding of how these conversations go. Because I know we get in here, don't touch that yellow cake. But yeah, so just to make sure, so we can just get that, just for y'all who came for, he said the discussions we have are generalizations. The not all is obviously implied. If the majority does it, then in the den, it's valid. So that way we can minimize certain arguments that we already know, we already have an understanding of. And now, with that being said, let me bite this cake before I reveal myself. Oh, you like pound cake, Miss Bell?
Once in a while.
Racist.
I've made enough of it in my lifetime for my husband that I'm okay with it. I'd rather have angel food if I had the choice.
Well, in the terms of cake, you say you took your husband to Pound Town?
Probably. Since we were together for a long time, I would say that would be appropriate.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Bell, we're talking about masturbation. How do you feel about masturbation? Do you think people should masturbate in public?
Master dating, I have no freaking clue at why that would even be a valid statement. I think self-care would be a better one if you want to know the truth. I think that it's good if you decide to do something for yourself, but it shouldn't have to be on the context because of quote-unquote dating. To me, it comes across as extremely narcissistic that way.
Why is that? Why can't a person date themselves? You know, shouldn't you know how to love yourself if somebody else is going to know how to love you?
I would consider that more self-care and wellness than I would consider it quote-unquote dating. I mean, it just doesn't ring right.
So
I mean,
who
I
do
do
you,
things for myself. Yeah, mani-pedi. I mean, if I decide, yeah, you know what, I really want some this, that, or the other thing, I'll go get it, but I don't consider it dating myself. Concha?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So yeah. So who do you think? Who do you think masturbates more, men or women?
These days, it's probably a toss-up. I have no clue.
Really, really, Miss Bell.
With the bringing in of the internet and it being so much more available for both sexes, and I say that as there are only two, male or female, it's tough in the air. I'd still probably say more than men just because that's what it was beforehand.
Okay. So let me see.
I think women are probably doing more than they ever have, but I think the numbers are still a bit higher with men, if I'm going to be honest.
You think that men take themselves on a literal date more than women do?
No, I think that that's kind of I don't know if it's a woman thing or if it's I need to feel better about myself, so let's label this bullshit. I guess this is where I feel out of date in a totally different generation because, I mean, I'm single, but I'm widowed. I know the difference between being alone and being lonely, and I don't have to date myself to feel as though I'm an achievement. But I do know the fact that treating myself good is important to being able to feel healthy. You know, whether you know, you're right. It's not a bad thing to want that the bathtub with the bubbles and the champagne, and yeah, you can do that for yourself. And you know what? That's not. I wouldn't consider that a dating myself thing. I would think of that as spoiling myself. And you know what? If
But
I
what
had
if
a
you get
partner, I
drunk
might
and
not even
drown,
do
Miss Bell?
that.
What if you get drunk and you drown and nobody knows you're doing this shit for yourself and you got all tipsy and drank champagne and put the bubbles too high and got too fucking comfortable. You got the little lavender in the tub, bath bomb, because we're talking about the tub, and you got relaxed and you just slid underwater next thing you know, bam, because you didn't have somebody else do this for you. You didn't kill yourself being too kind to yourself. That's the definition of killing with kindness. I'm trying to save your life, Miss Bell.
You're just trying to confuse the hell out of it.
Come on.
Going to the gym can be considered mental health and physical health. It doesn't have to be a date. And we've talked about meeting at the gym for dates. I think of it as making a self-accomplishment and doing something for a personal health, but I don't consider that a date.
Do you think inviting someone to the gym for a date who doesn't already actively go to the gym and is possibly overweight is a rude thing to do?
It depends on how it was approached. If it was done as a friendship thing, it could be. If it was done as, hey, we need to be teammates, I don't see that so much. But if it's one partner to another because you put on weight, then, hell yeah, I think it's an asshole move.
Really? So you don't think a partner should be able to tell their partner when they've gained weight?
Okay, there's a way of talking to your partner about it, and there's a way of talking to your partner about it. You can be a rude jerk and just be totally blatant, blunt, and rude about it, or you can say, I don't know. I mean,
So I asked a question a little bit earlier, Ms. Bell, and got a couple of interesting responses. I see salt and vinegar. I fuck with the salt and vinegar. I see Puffs, Cheetos. I see the jalapeno kettle chips. I see black pepper vinegar chips. I see a variety, Lay's dill pickles. That's what yours. So why do you favor Lay's dill pickles?
actually, Lay's wasn't my favorite. Actually, Cape Cods are.
Cape Cods. Is that a
yeah.
regional racist thing?
Well, yeah, kind of. And they're also kettle chips. They're like a harder chip, and salt and vinegar, because I like things that are salty.
So you prefer them to be hard and salty?
Tend to be salty, not always hard.
Interesting.
But I am crispy.
Ah, man. Whoa.
And what you were talking about were shower melts. What you do is put them in the bottom of the shower, and they steam up.
Oh, shit. I just saw the Matthew Perry was master dating. That's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And yes, Heidi, absolute cheap. So, okay. That's, were you a Friends watcher? Did you used to watch Friends, Ms. Bell?
Actually, I did. It was funny because I've seen some of the tributes or whatever come into him, and he himself had said that everybody's going to be shocked, but nobody's going to be surprised that I die. And that's exactly the way I felt about it. I knew he had drug and alcohol issues for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So when he died, Matthew Perry, it wasn't a surprise. It was shocking because of the timing of it, but it wasn't a surprise.
So
he was an okay actor. I mean, I would say he was actually more of a B actor than he was an A actor. But he wasn't bad. It was just he was a goofy white dude.
That's so racist. That's so racist, Miss Bell. I can't believe you say such a thing. I thought you were better than that.
Well, I actually get to, because that is my what do you call it? Background.
Well, Miss Bell, white people don't get exclusivity from the racism. It's part of like the code. Like, I understand there's not fairness, like, niggas they're gonna label you white. You don't get nobody's observing the white card, right? Like that's what's happened in the downfall of the West. People have lost respect for the white card. See motherfuckers abusing credit.
I was just born this way. I got to deal with whatever life brings me.
Embrace it. Like, what do you mean? Embrace it. Like, use the power. Embrace.
I tend to embrace my Italian side more than anything else. That probably gives me a little more street cred than anything else.
What? Who wants? Use real cred. Real cred did you don't want street cred. Use the credit. That's street cred. Fuck street cred. Use the white side. Use the power of the Caucasus Mountains within you and excel in life. Like, don't stop messing with these Negro degenerates.
The dollar value of the Caucasian has definitely dropped over the years. So
I wouldn't say the dollar value. The dollar value definitely still remained high. It's just that the power of the white card just isn't. It doesn't sustain the same. It's like there's been this anti-white campaign. You got to fight the white fight, Ms. Bell. You got to you can't abandon your brethren when they need you most. You know what I mean? Like right now, you got all these POCs running around here just acting niggerish and setting cities on fire. You gotta stand tough with your white familia.
I do when I have to.
Okay.
But I'm more of a human being, even though everybody likes to put skin tone on it before anything else, and that can be bothersome.
But I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it.
Because an asshole's an asshole. It doesn't have to have a skin tone. It just can be whoever it is. And you get some really good people who are of all different ethnicities.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here right now, Ms. Bell?
Basically, two sides of the same coin, all different races, creeds, colors, and financial statuses. It's called the human race.
So you think that everybody in the human race is an asshole?
I think everybody in the human race has major potential to be an asshole. Sometimes people fall over it and don't even know they're even doing it.
Which race within the human race is the highest percentage of assholes?
Probably white people.
Why? Why do you feel this way?
Gone on for so long.
You feel like white people are entitled?
Do I feel entitled? No.
So do you feel like why do you feel like white people are entitled?
Just looking over the history books and what was afforded to them and what was not afforded to others.
You gotta like win to get the affordings. So like what is it that you like about one second.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, I do like Fabuloso. I think it's one of the better brands.
So like I lost my train of thought when I was saying something. So like okay, so here's the thing. So like okay, Ms. Bell, because every time we talk about race in here, you seem to talk down on or not talk down, but you don't tend to side favorably with the fairer skinned folks, right? So I'm curious, can you name 3 things that you personally enjoy about having quote unquote white privilege?
Okay, so what I'm hearing you ask me is, I don't know. I think walking into a store knowing that I'm going to be taken at fair value and not basically be stalked the whole time I'm in any sort of store.
Why do you feel like that's privilege? Do you steal?
No.
Okay.
No, but I know that my kids have talked about it with me and how that, there's times that they feel like that there's always somebody watching them when they walk in the stores. And I'm like, is that you being mixed or is that you guys being teenagers? And my son says, well, it's probably a bit of both, but he said it's more because of the skin tone. And so my children have enlightened my eyes about things that I have privilege about. I don't know if it's because I'm older, or because I'm white, or because I'm female. People tend to be nice to me. I'm not mean, I'm not bitchy, so it's kind of one of those things. It doesn't matter whatever grocery store or retail store I'm in. Somebody always looks at me like I'm this kind face and says, "Hey, do you know where this is?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." So I find that to be a privilege that I don't scare people off or that I don't offend people. I mean, I can easily offend people. That's not a problem. But in general.
You think that's a white thing?
I think white people can be very offensive. I mean, we didn't get the name Karen for nothing.
No, you got it because black people start calling you that. But I'm saying, like, do you think that just being able to go into the store, like, unbothered, that's like a naturally white thing? It's like a white privilege. I mean, I'm just asking you, not a trick question.
From what my kids have told me and from what other people have told me, yeah, I do have to take that as a privilege. Not an entitlement, but as a privilege that I get benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
And I don't take it for granted.
I got tall privilege because people ask me to grab stuff off the shelf from all the time. Like
Yeah,
random
I
people
appreciate that.
like feel real comfortable asking, like, and I don't like that. I feel like I should start charging. Like everybody else
Well,
charges it's a service, right? For me, if I have
I'm
to
only
get something
5'4",
off the
so I
shelf,
can totally appreciate that, Honcho. I'm only 5'4". So I used to have to take my son to the grocery store for that very reason because I couldn't reach the top shelves for shit.
that's slavery. You're making them work without
Well,
pay.
he
That's
was under
slavery.
18, so it was kid chore.
That's even worse.
We
That's
labeled it
child labor and slavery. You made a black child do work at an underage. Like that's a
He got
terrible
paid.
thing. What?
That boy ate well. That child
Where's the
ate well.
W
Let me
two?
tell you,
Where
he would
are the
eat me
W
out of house
twos?
home.
Where's the W twos? I'm not seeing the
It was
W
a
twos.
fair trade for meals fed to this child.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, because I don't believe that women are all afraid. Like when women want something, they ain't afraid of shit. Because I'm talking about the other day, the smallest, tiniest little Hispanic woman. And again, I'm generally one of the large people in the store. Every now and then, somebody a little bit bigger than me, but generally one of the large people in the store. I just have no problem like going out of her way to ask her, like, I don't work at this fucking store. Like, just happen to be on this aisle. I really don't want to help you, but I'm gonna do it because it doesn't require that much effort, and I guess I can catalog it in my good deed book of the day. But
There you go.
I don't appreciate doing that. I feel like, look, just because you didn't drink your milk and eat your Wheaties growing up, that's not my fault, and that I should be having to like go get a store associate, because this is inconvenient to me. You should have to go inconvenient, get a ladder. I don't know. Like short people are bad people.
Okay, but you know what? I can reach the bottom shelves much quicker than you can probably.
Well,
So,
yeah,
you know what?
but I don't ever ask short people, hey, shorty, you get that shit on that bottom shelf for me? Like, no. Do they volunteer? No, because short people are bad people and they're rude and they don't want to help anybody. They're like the little elves that used to come tonight and fuck up the shoes. Yeah, terrible people.
What
Short people.
shoes are you talking about?
So that story, like, we used to take some elves and they used to like fuck up with the shoes. I don't know if they fix the shoes, they fuck the shoes up, but they used to do some shit with some shoes. But anyway, short people, elves,
the cobbler?
shoes. I don't know, probably. It's late.
Wow, that you're reaching way back for childhood nursery rhymes. Damn.
Well, I see the lovely Miss K. Grace. How you doing this evening, Miss Grace? But yeah, like I say, it's So those are the privileges you feel. You don't feel like
Actually, there's a few privileges being white makeup. It's easier being light skinned with dealing with makeup. I know that a lot of my female friends of all different ethnicities have always had the harder times trying to match up makeup the darker skinned they are.
why is that? Why do you think that is?
I'm talking 20 years ago. Now they've come out with a lot of new lines for different ethnicities more than they ever have.
So, like, whose job was it to make that makeup for the darker skinned women?
Well, what ultimately happened is dark-skinned women started making it for themselves.
Which is what should have happened all along.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely. But again, when certain areas like fashion and makeup and hair and those things are still regulated, they're better than they've ever been, but it's hard to get broken into those different types of industries.
Well, I don't think that's the case. Here's the thing. What was it? I can't even think of her name right now. But everybody knows the story. Some people allege she stole. Anyway, whatever. The chick, Black Millionaire. She was a darker skinned woman. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't think of her fucking name right now. They when I said I wanted Netflix to make a documentary about it, they did, and it was the biggest fucking joke of all time.
C.J. Walker?
C.J. fucking Walker. That's it. Shout out to Miss Bell. Miss Bell gonna get her black Harvard, dude. Okay. Yeah, C.J.
And I
Walker.
actually watched it too.
Yeah, and that shit was terrible. But so like they made like a joke of like just the whole thing, like when they had an opportunity to educate. But again, CJ Walker was a millionaire, right? Like influenced things in a major way, selling to Black women in our community. We complain so much. We want the white man to make products to cater instead of just making our own fucking shit and selling. And then when we do the shit, cool. Motherfuckers, they make some money and they end up selling it, right? And then who ends up on it. So my thing is just like, if it's that big of a deal, make the shit you want. Otherwise, buy the shit that's available and shit. Stop fucking complaining.
Well, for a long time, there just wasn't good stuff available.
Yeah.
It wasn't the fact of, it was the fact of, yeah, you had to make it because it wasn't available, period.
Yeah.
I mean, even wigs and hair have come a long way in the last 50 years. And that is because of the African American community.
So you say that black women have innovated wigs over the last 50 years?
No, what I'm saying is they've put more of a voice into what really is truly fashionable and what is on point. Black women spend more on their hair than any other ethnic culture.
Well, I don't know.
I could be wrong about that.
No, you're absolutely right about that. But I'm gonna pause you right here. Normally I wouldn't, right? Okay. Normally I wouldn't. And I'm gonna right now, we're at a fork in the road. We're at a fork in the road, and I'm gonna let you choose your path, okay?
Okay.
But all I'm gonna say is the point you're starting to make may not be resonating the way you think it is.
Okay.
And I'm just going to leave it at that. But carry on. I hear where you're going, but that's all I'm going to say. So you feel that black women spending the most on hair compared to other races?
I'm talking more about style than I'm talking about actual hair. And there is a difference. The different styles have changed so much over the last 50 to 100 years across the board.
What do you think is the most iconic black style that has changed over the last 50 years?
I think it's fantastic that natural hair is finally being able to be the way it should be. If people want to have natural hair and not do all the product and not do all the weaves and everything else, I don't see there should be any problem with that. And I know that has been a huge battle for a long time.
It's still an ongoing battle. So the reason why I inquire that is, would you say right now, when you talk about style and wigs and wear and what most black women are wearing, most black women you see, whether it's in public, whether it's online, or however you come across black women on a day-to-day, if you see them on a day-to-day basis, but when you do come across them, do you generally see them wearing more of what you would call maybe a natural or African type of style? Or would you say they have a more Eurocentric style of headdress on?
Sometimes I think it's actually probably 50-50. My daughter wears hers absolutely natural, and I see her every day. But I also know that there are people who definitely have what they call perms or relaxers in their hair, and if they've got it braided up, it doesn't mean that it hasn't been chemically treated first, or it could all be braided naturally. It just depends.
Let me rephrase this just a little bit, and not simply for the purpose of excluding it, but let's say how many, or when we say non-mixed, because, and I'm not doing this just to be nitpicky, but generally when it comes to hair in the quote unquote black community, mixed children, girls, whatever, tend to have a different grade of hair. And so it's looked at a little bit differently, right? So they tend to be more likely to wear that. But if we're just talking about black women that Would you still feel like that would be about 50-50?
I'd say it was probably more 75-25. 75 would wear it different styles, and 25 might wear it natural. I think it's definitely higher because of the fact that going to the beauty shop is part of the culture as well.
Yeah. Beauty shop is
And
where all
I
the
mean, it
worst.
doesn't, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they have their hair permed or relaxed. They could have a weave put in.
Yeah. Or they could go to the local neighborhood hood rat who stole the weed from the little Asian store down the street, so she doing hair for deals in apartment B9. So, if you're always looking for a cut rate, she do good hair. She gonna give you a player price. It's just she gonna smoke. You might smell a little smoky out there. She might doze off on you because she be popping pills and shit. But she'll do your hair too. It's all good. But let's bring it all back full circle. Master dating, right? And what's going on now? So you feel like master dating can be a very arrogant thing. Do you think?
I think it's more narcissistic than arrogant.
Mm-hmm. What kind of woman do you think would be a master dater? What do you think a woman has to go through to find herself in a mindset of considering masturbation?
I have no idea, but if I had to kind of go with a level, I would say a corporate woman.
You think a corporate woman would be a chronic masturbator?
Yep. Self-validation in a man's world. That would be the obvious answer I have.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Okay. I can't dispute it. It is your choice. All right. I don't know. I have no further master date questions.
Okay. I'm good for tonight and can't wait to hear everybody else call in.
All right, Ms. Bell. Well, thank you for calling in and sharing your opinions on masturbation and chronic masturbators and how you disapprove of public masturbation. So thank you for calling in, getting the party started, and ringing the bell this evening.
Good night.
Good night, Ms. Bell. Shout out to Ms. Bell. She speaks her truth. So I can't fault it. I just like to hear how, other people or other perspectives from. I felt like this was going to happen. I felt like this was going to take place. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Come on now, dog.
What's going on, Professor Trill? How you doing this evening, sir?
Hunter, you are a terrible person. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Why am I a terrible person? Right? I provided a fair explanation of the situation, and I don't think I was wrong at all.
No, you were wrong with the position that you put in. You know I didn't even know about that damn hair.
Yes.
You know. So why would you even let it go there?
I had to inquire, right? I had to see it from the perspective of someone who may not, necessarily participate fully in that group, right? So I'm just curious how other people see it. I try to get a look at life through other lenses when I inquire the things that I do. That is all, sir.
Yeah, and I get that. But if they won't listen to us, why would they listen to a white woman?
Well,
When they
that's how.
claim that they want us.
But that's when the whole women's lib shit happened. You know, that's when they started leaving the civil rights and going to they listen to white women then. So you know, hey, it might work again.
I'm sorry.
I said during the whole women's liberation situation, they listen to white women. So I say, hey, who knows? It may work again.
Yeah, they might like it when it comes to money. But when it comes to hair collection, come on. You already
But the reason why I asked that is because shit, if they wearing the European styles, you know, hey, why not get it from the source, right? Why not?
Yeah, but you know, just like I got, white people don't care about this man European style, but it is not true the other way around. We love them.
Yeah, we definitely know that, and it's really unfair, right? Because the real cultural appropriation is the other way around. Like,
Right?
you know, because one is a style, another one is really literally changing the texture of your hair to be like somebody else's hair, like in a permanent fashion. So I don't know if it appropriates more than that, but that's a whole different conversation. But what do you think about chronic masturbation, Trill? What do you think about people who masturbate? What kind of people do you think masturbate?
The fact that you accentuate the fucking word, making it funny.
Well, I just want to make sure people know it's clear what I'm saying.
Yeah, when you played the video, I had to laugh at it because I'm gonna openly admit it. I did it once,
Mm.
but not in that aspect. But it just depends on how you look at it.
Okay.
It happened to be one day. This is when DoorDash relatively new to me,
Yeah.
and I wanted some damn fruit, but in the truck stop, the fruit it just didn't look appealing.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, where the fuck am I getting the fruit from? So I'm scrolling down DoorDash, and I ran across edible arrangement. So I ordered it for myself because I wanted some damn fruit, and I couldn't get it to go back out. So when you said that shit, I'm like, damn, I did that shit too.
But that's funny. But see, I think that's a different situation because you had a goal in mind. There was a purpose that you wanted the fruit. It wasn't about catering to your own ego or a situation like, you know, I got to make myself feel good because ain't nobody else fucking with me.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that one is I think that's a little bit different situation, but that's funny to the motherfucker though. That you got to go there like, yeah. Yeah. But what kind of people do you think masturbate? Do you think more men or women masturbate?
Come on, sir. That shit is real. Come on, Bill. Oh, it's not even close. Women doing this shit. It ain't there. We don't care about it. We don't think twice about it. It's like we want to treat ourselves to a steak dinner just because we just got to taste the steak. It ain't nothing emotional beyond that. It's something that you just have an urge. That's it. But what women do is because they lack an emotional connection to some other person in some other way, so they try to connect it back to themselves. That shit don't work. Men ain't out here married. Women do that shit. There's actually a story. It's as funny as it is. This woman married herself. Then she divorced herself. Got with a man and then broke up with him.
What?
like she divorced herself so she could be with him, but then broke up with him before they got married.
Obviously, she's the problem, right? Obviously, she's the issue, but she'll never admit that. If she got to divorce her own damn self, like
Yeah.
I mean, shit. No matter what way you look at it, if you have to divorce yourself, you are obviously the problem. Well, my last marriage ain't work out. Who you married to? Shit, married to myself. How the fuck that ain't work out? Shit, like, how do you explain that shit? Shit, we just didn't see eye to eye. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do you explain divorcing yourself legitimately and somebody take you serious? Like, that's a crazy.
Somebody's supposed to think you something, yourself don't think you ain't shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is a black flag if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. But again, like I said, I think though with masturbation, I think there's a limit, right? I think that you can go out, like you said. I want to go out to the movies because I want to be entertained. I want to see this movie on the big screen. I want the fucking theatrical experience, not because I wish somebody would just take me out to the movies and show me that I'm appreciated. Like, no, I want to go fucking watch this movie. There's probably gonna be some action shit. It's gonna be loud. And, I want some popcorn and some jujubes, whatever those are. I heard somebody else say it, so I'm gonna say it too. But like some shit like that. Like you said, it's not gonna be. There's no emotional connection to the shit. Women go do things to like alleviate all the stress they put on themselves in life. Like I said, the idea, like dude talked about mailing yourself flowers. That's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. Like, to legitimately mail yourself some flowers is such a inefficient way of loving yourself or self-care or whatever you want to call it. Like, who are you surprising, right? Because you got to check on the track date to make sure you got the package to yourself. So it's not like you're surprised that the shit arrived or anything. Like, you got to play both roles of it. You got to play the sender and the receiver. So it's like, what is going on? Like, are people really benefiting from dating themselves? Do you think there is really a game?
Well, you can look at it. You can look at it from both sides of the spectrum. I'm just gonna put it on you. You got the non-desirable women, and you even got desirable women. So think about all the Instagram models that buy themselves a bunch of flowers just so they can post on the brand. That is it.
Yeah,
They
that's true.
literally take themselves out on dates just so they can have this huge post that on the brand. So it's not just, I can't just put it on undesirable. It's a whole spectrum of men that's becoming more popular. So
But I mean,
that it's okay, and that's help. I don't think it is.
yeah, but I mean, do they have a choice at this point? Because I mean, we've seen multiple lists go around, and so now the lists have gotten to the point where they've gotten ridiculous on both ends. It's just people saying stupid. It was ridiculous from the jump, but I mean, it is what it is. But
You
and then
about the list you looked at the other day? That's what you're talking about?
yeah, so no, it's been like two more since the one. So the first list, the list with the little yellow chick, and the one you sent. Then there was another list they made with some more dumb shit. And then niggas made another list. It just got real stupid, got out of control. And it was just at this point, nobody was using Microsoft Excel. The list was unorganized. I wasn't fucking with it no more.
But you do know all of this bullshit, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, but it's just like it's the pettiness. But you got people really, basic stuff, serious conversation. Like shit. I mean, yeah, we did. I mean, it opens the door for a conversation, but. Yeah, but I mean, do you think that at this point, with there being fewer men, men hopping on the other side of the fence, men getting locked up behind the fence, and just niggas who just not buying into the bullshit anymore, like, are more and more women going to have to date themselves, or are more women just going to suffer in solitude, or what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they said a study came out nowhere from. Take my word for it. But they said by year 2025, half the population of America single shot. Half. That's 2 years.
Yeah,
That's a lot of things.
that's great. Do you understand? Like, niggas gonna be cashing in at the sperm bank. Shit, like, look, it's gonna be so different.
That's gonna be a terrible thing. It's not gonna benefit us.
I don't know. But the thing is like, look, again, we can have an umbrella if you guys and understand and get with the program. You just gotta, what you gotta do now, niggas gotta start doing now is start designing their orientation packet. Because y'all gonna have to start, these bitches gonna have to start getting with the program, right? I mean, and eventually they not gonna have a choice. Like you said, more than half the women gonna be out of there. And motherfuckers is not, other races is not like dating like that. And let's just be honest too. It's, I've seen this man, they say the same thing about like black women lead the way and then other women follow suit in the behavior because they like, oh, look at them women over there being strong and black. I ain't black, but they strong, so I'm gonna do what they doing. And then everybody miserable. Then we gotta blame men because they was telling us what to do and it was working, but we didn't like it and then we ain't listening. So it's their fault because they should have made it to where we could do what we wanted to do and they ain't do enough of that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just like,
Very well put.
yeah, it's just like, it's crazy. So, but at this point, like, it's not getting any better. Like I said, the numbers are growing. There's going to be more and more. The competition increases by the day for women, right? But that's just that. So at this point, women, if to even remotely have a man that they want, are going to have to consider either being alone and getting you a robot. You know what I'm saying? They'll be out probably by 2025 too. You can probably get you an AI robot. He gonna beat you though, because he gonna be tired of your bullshit too though. The robot gonna beat your ass. Like, I'm already telling y'all, some of y'all will piss a AI robot off. He gonna develop a sentient personality. He gonna animate your ass. But or you gonna have to be willing to get with a nigga who is gonna have a stable. And you're going to have to be willing to follow that bullshit. And I know a lot of people is all on the independent kick, and that's cool. I mean, if you're cool with that, that's cool. But it's going to be some tough times. You're seeing more and more women not wanting to handle the role of having to be an independent woman. You see them every day getting on the internet, breaking down and crying and doing all that other shit. That's cool. That's cool. They dig it. I mean, it's unfortunate, but again, it's what you asked for. So, I mean, the supply and demand is going to work for the man in the long run. It's just about what you're going to be willing to deal with. So it is what it is. I think it's a great news. I think it's wonderful news because we're going to have to follow line. We'll get left behind.
It's not. It's really not.
Why not? Why don't you think it's great news?
It's because they're not going to want to get it. I truly think that they're not going to learn to too late. Because when they're young, they have so many options. They don't. That's why they don't see it when they're in their prime. They don't see it until they get older, and then some of them still don't. So I think it's going to have to be completely replaced. They're going to have to be replaced. I think it's too far gone. And I think that a lot of brothers are going on today, maybe they still start. But the more that we get into this thing, the more brothers will get more hard with it. Like I said, they get on the internet and they start crying. They don't get no sympathy from us like that. It doesn't work that way. Because nobody has sympathy for us. Claim we want equality. That's what it looks like. Nobody cares.
Yeah. That is true. Nobody give a fuck. Cold world. This pound cake good in the motherfucker though.
Yeah, I think that where it started at mothers, but I don't think the quality of mothers is going up.
No.
So how, where's the start?
I don't think there's no start. Like, it's a wrap. Like, because you're to the point where you are not allowed to tell a woman anything about her behavior. And if you are, you're a bad person, no matter what the fuck she's doing. So if it's to the point where you can't correct the behavior, it's going to take nature, an act of nature to correct it. You know what I'm saying? And then, niggas going to have to stand united. And I think eventually the numbers going to play itself out. Because something's going to happen. There's going to be a situation, I firmly believe, where we've talked about where the lights go out. And when the lights go out, when it ain't no partying, when it ain't no Graham to hit on there and say, oh, I'm lonely and get a bunch of likes and get a bunch of thirst traps and a bunch of DMs, and you see what you really look like, you know what I'm saying, compared to other women of the world, if you can't even get out and about, like, that's when reality going to hit. And then at that point, it's going to be too late. And then that's when there will be a natural correction of things. Like eventually, there's going to be a lot of them numbers going to fade out and their existence will cease to be. And unfortunately, a lot of their offspring as well, right? So it's going to weed out a lot of shit naturally. And I think that's how things are going to be. And it's unfortunate to say it like that. It sounds real grim and real fucked up. But I think that's how things are just going to take place. Like, I think there's going to be a catastrophic event. There's going to be a lot of incapable people, and they're going to fade out, right? And it's just the likelihood of certain groups being way more incapable than others. And it's not even just about women. It's a likelihood. So, I mean, that's just kind of how I see it. I don't know.
Yeah, but where we need to start turning around that for us to be the young men. But if you look at the young brothers, they don't want nothing to do with the young sisters at all. They'd rather go get them something different. So what it is, ladies, I don't understand what you're saying. The gig has been up. It's been up for a while now. And even the younger brothers are getting educated by us older brothers. They see what the hell is going on. They see what the trajectory looks like. It does not look appealing. No way, shape, or form. So they're not buying. They're abandoning. They don't even like their mama. And that is a fact.
That's sad.
They see their mother's behavior and they see where it goes wrong. The information is out there. The game that y'all thought y'all had, tricking men, y'all still gonna get a few of them, but it's not gonna be none of them like that. You just gonna be spinning your wheels, wasting your time. Getting older, you fuck more and more.
Man, did I send you? Did I send you the thing with the woman when they did the survey? And it was like when they did a survey between men and women, they basically asked the men if a woman was 80% of the stuff that you wanted, would you marry her? And they were like, yeah. Basically all the men was like, yeah. And then they asked the women that, and I forgot, it was the majority of them said no, because they felt like they could do better. Like, if you can find a motherfucker that's 80% of what the fuck you want, then you probably need to jump on that. Like, out the gate, and again, you're not married and y'all have, been, the rest of that shit is probably shit that you can work on, right? Unless it's like mass murder or some shit. But if you find a person who's like 80% of you fucking what you want, even then you might be able to, you don't kill me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you take that shit, you run with it. Like, what are the odds of that? Right? But again, not in the mind of women. It's got to be 97%, or else it's not good enough with a 3% margin of error.
Yeah, that's better. So, you don't have a problem because we see something we can work with. She got a real good foundation, and she's easy to get along with. She doesn't stress me out. It doesn't add more stress to my already stressful life. I can work with it. But most women are incapable of that. And a lot of it ain't their fault. They just mentally unstable creatures. And it's like they're biological. So they be offended by that statement. Don't care. But it's true. But even further in the surveys, when they ask the men, like, okay, well, what do you really want from a woman? It's really just 3 things. It's just like, look, I just want her to be faithful. I want her to be able to be able to chill with her, and for her to look see. You don't like it. You like it. But when they ask the women, the lady said she had a list of over 300 things. Why they would even let a guy take them out on the second date that he paid for. And she said one of the things that she had to laugh at, the woman said that it's because he wore a black belt with brown shoes.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't give him the second date. Like, that's how you disqualify a whole man because you don't like his attire. That's crazy.
I remember one of the other ones was that a nigga did an Austin Powers impersonation, and she couldn't get out of here. Yeah, like that's the shit we say when we sit here and say like again. And here's the thing, women, we love y'all. Y'all are important. Y'all are very necessary. Y'all have a place in this existence. It matters, but What's been happening is throughout history, this false narrative has been painted of women, right? See, y'all listen to everything after the Bible. The Bible told you not to trust women. The Bible told y'all about women from the jump. That's why Miss Bell be so happy about talking about all the organized religions was oppressing women and they running away. That's why, because it told y'all the truth about them. Women hate the truth. That's why y'all running from the church. And the Bible told you about women's behavior. Like, you don't have to believe in the Bible. You don't have to believe in nothing. The Bible is it's a different things, right? It's some history, it's some parables, it's some poetry, you know what I'm saying? It's some predictions, it's a bunch of shit going on in the Bible. Like, it's not all one thing. And so you got to understand what you read. But the consistent theme in that book is that women are bad people, right? So you can take it however you want to. But that's the thing we're saying. 300 things. Like, no, I can't. And that should tell you, women came up with a list of 300 things that they didn't like. And so we talked about the list that just went viral and talking about how it's a joke and it's goofy. But I guarantee that there are women out there who take that list very seriously, who take it and like, agree, hell yeah. They was spitting on this one like, you know what I mean? Like, I believe it. Because if it's something as simple as, you know, brown belt, black, what do you think of yourself, right? Like, you must think you're flawless. Like, if that's the thing, if that's the one thing that just couldn't do it, that just like that throughout the conversation, throughout everything else that you just knew, not gonna do, he's not busting this pussy open. Now with that shoe and belt combination, like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, a nigga don't care if the fucking, you got a fucking stain on your damn dress. Yo.
Roger is confirmed with bringing Lane back up, Kevin Samuels. How would you rank yourself? 1 to 10, you can't use 7. What was the most common answer? Jesus.
Yeah.
They thought they prayed first. Just the way they.
Yeah. And that's the thing. If you think that you're perfect, you think you're 10, you feel like there's no room for improvement. And if you feel like there's no room for improvement in yourself, you're not going to try to improve. When you know we all are flawed. Like, ain't not a damn perfect motherfucker. There's always room for improvement in every individual that exists on this planet. I don't care how perfect you are. There's always a step better that you can get, right? So when you approach people with a mindset like this, and who are also very ignorant, so they're arrogant and ignorant. You know what I mean? Like, we're supposed to value their opinions.
It's false confidence, because if you ask any man from Flavor Flav to Shamar Moore, since that's the first name that came behind, none of them gonna say they. None of them. We don't do that, man, because we remind every day by you ladies that we ain't shit.
Yeah.
And we know this is right. So we're not gonna even lie to you about it. Why? For what?
I tell you, I ain't shit. I come with a warning sign. Shit.
But as far as the list goes, I'm gonna touch on them briefly. They both is complete bullshit, and the reason why, because ladies, come on, we already know what the deal is. If you really like that nigga, he can take your ass anyway. He roll. That's just a fact.
Sure.
It's niggas that you don't know if you like, or niggas that you know, that may be borderline, somebody that you don't like at all. Of course, they're gonna have to take. But if you really this dude, take your ass to Walmart, and you're gonna be on aisle 7 like a motherfucker.
Man, what?
Fact. And as far as niggas go, niggas just talk all that shit, all that. Let me get on that ass.
Yeah.
If she look good and got a fat ass, no matter how many kids she got, don't matter if she live by herself, all that shit goes out the window, bro. Niggas just gonna change things, bro. It's just the way it is.
That is
Talk
true
all
what he
that shit all you want. Because, but I'm a little different, but even I'm willing to make some of those concessions. I'm not gonna be real strict on all that because it's not smart.
But that's the thing, like, and that's the thing, like, and that's what people don't get is this is a conversation. It's not like Motherfuckers are walking around with this fucking rule book. All right, I saw on this podcast that they said to do this. I saw on this thing to do. Now, the little weirdos who are, they wouldn't get no pussy in the first place. They still not gonna get no pussy after the fact because they handled it all wrong. Like, again, nature takes care of itself. But there's nothing wrong with talking about these things so you are alert and you are aware when these things are taking place around you. Because that was the thing. The reason why we painted this picture that women were so great is because men did not complain for centuries. Right? They didn't even talk about it. They didn't even say shit. Like, that's what I said. The Bible was the book. The Bible told y'all that niggas after that just start falling in love with bitches and just making these love songs and sonnets and going on these odysseys and shit, fighting mythological creatures for these bitches, eating ate by animals and shit. And these bitches ain't even want to fuck with these niggas like that. They wanted to brush their hair and sit in towers and shit. But anyway, you know. Some hoes wasn't tripping like they is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's that. I mean, that's really it. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, again, like I say, things will fall in line as they are. And you know what I find really funny though? The thing I find really funny are the women who like talk about those women who are called like pick-me's and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Like in reality, y'all be talking about it, them hoes be laughing at y'all. Like bitches really be laughing at these goofy. Like I don't know. I don't know, you know, these stupid bras be posting a lot of this shit. Like bitches really be laughing. Like y'all be out there on your own because women don't believe none of the shit that they'll put that shit out there in public. And then behind closed doors saying something completely like, so I don't know why y'all keep supporting this stuff. I don't know why y'all keep posting these things and engaging these men. Because we all some hypocrites. We all doing some shenanigans and tomfoolery. But the women doing way worse. That's just how that goes. And that's my story. Samson Simpson, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah. Yeah.
And it's mainly because it's funny. Men is doing the same tricks that men have been doing since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And the women's moms were the ones to hit them to the games of the men because their mother and their grandmother and great grandmother tipped them. So they knew what the tricks were. They know exactly what men do. You ain't doing nothing different. But women still find themselves getting fooled out of nowhere. Why? Because that information is being passed down like it's once was. But as far as women go, men weren't hip to the trick until the internet came out.
Yeah.
So you got men all over the world, different upbringings, different religions, different environments, but having the same problem. Women doing the same thing. Y'all got exposed, ladies. Gotta get a new game or something, but the same old tricks just aren't working. And when they do work, it's to a dumbass guy. And it's not the guy you want. You don't want no idiot. Oh no.
But again, you know. Yeah. The less you are available, the less the market has demand for you, the more you'll start, maybe, just maybe. Again, at that point, it's probably too late. So it is what it is. Yeah. Okay. But masturbation, terrible. Don't do it in public. You got any other thoughts on that, Mr. Tree?
Yeah. Nah, it's just a terrible word.
I'm a fan of it. That's the whole reason I had to take it the road. I'm like, masturbation. This is
yeah, you would be.
Yeah. We're gonna run with this one. All right, that's a bit. Where you in the world today, man?
I'm still in Texas.
Okay, a great state of Texas. Ain't no better place.
I just passed that cold front, so it's actually warming up the further north I drive. It's kind of weird.
Really, I did hear it's supposed to be some tomfoolery with that coming through. I'm not a fan of cold weather, but it is what it is. We got to deal with it. So
after the level of cold I have experienced, That shit is not fun, dog.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of anything. Anything too far under 70 is really, we're getting real risque in my book. Every now and then, occasional, mid to low 60s I can deal with. And after that, not too much. Not too like no 2 days in a row of that shit. I can't do it. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the cool.
I don't like nothing 45 and below.
I don't know.
45 and up.
Definitely not that either. All right. Well, Mr. Bad, Mr. Trill, I'm about to get ready to wind this thing down. It is about this time. We can slide in Discord and talk some shit. But I do thank you for calling in, sir, and sharing your thoughts with me this evening.
All right, bro.
All right. I'll talk to you in a bit, man. All right. I realized this was one of those streams where I did not put the number on the deal today. There's that. That kind of thing happens. My apologies. So this is what we're gonna do, man. I'm gonna drop the thing. I'm gonna drop the video in the Discord for those who didn't get a chance to see it earlier. And then we're gonna talk about master dating in public master dating, right? All that good shit. We're gonna talk about it. Shout out to the lovely Miss K Grace, the lovely Miss Sarah Lou. How are you? Heidi's a terrible person. Shout out to Kenneth. What's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. All right. So y'all already know how this goes. Y'all know how it goes. Look in the Discord real quick. And then oh man, we live in a crazy world, right? We live in a crazy world. I think I already dropped the link in there. You have a question, Rama? What is your question? What is the inquisition that you have decided to make this evening, Ronald? And it's very crazy that you're calling yourself Rama, and then your name is Ashley, and then it's this weird thing going on with that. What time is it? Okay, I'm gonna work on a little bit of something. I want to play some Starfield, but I got some stuff I'm gonna work on the stream for a little bit. And while we're in the Discord talking to Shiznit. So can't beat me there because I'm already in that thing. So there's that. And I already put a link in there. I didn't pin it, so it's probably not still whatever. Let me just put another one in there. There we go. All right. So we're gonna let that do what that do. I didn't mash anybody. Okay, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing that one. We dropped that link in there, so make sure y'all pull up in that thing. Bring your ass in the Discord, Ashley, and ask all the questions you want. Yeah, while I'm doing that, I'm checking out Miss Grace's tomato. All that stuff, man. Again, if you want to fuck with the Den Funk 24/7 all damn day throughout the day, hop in the Discord. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? And all those good things, you know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I see you in the mix. All right. So I fuck with y'all. I appreciate y'all. Salute to each and every one of you. Wonderful people. But y'all ain't got to go home. So I got to get the fuck out of here. But again, it has always been my honor, my privilege, and more than anything, my pleasure. I love y'all. I really do. Tonight's been very interesting. Like I say, y'all see I'm just playing with some new stuff. I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with this other background. I like the little room background. I think that's more Den-esque feeling right there. I think that's the one right there. Get here, talk some shit, a little rain on the window. But I'm gonna set some more stuff up. I'm gonna be working on that while I'm in the Discord. So other than that, adios, amigos. Appreciate y'all. Bye. But y'all know if I hit the button just at any time and then just be out of here.